What's up, YouTube? Let me ask you a question. Are you listening? Have you ever bought these notebooks that we have and you thought, this might not have the best resilience as I would like? Let's say perhaps you're like me and you recently watched a video of the analog mind and you found yourself buying a Midori Codex because the analog mind had one and it's absolutely awesome. So I bought one, and then I realized this is going to need a little bit of some protection to keep it from getting ripped to shreds in my backpack or whatever the case may be. Well, just so happens that a lot of people tell you to get like these travel journals. You can have it covered up with a piece of leather. But I also have a friend who had something and I bought it from him. Enter in the Lochby Field Journal. Check this thing out. Got this cool clasp deal here. Look at this. It's not the easiest thing in the world to close. Look at that. Wow. Got the pen in there nice and tight. Got a handle. Wax canvas. Wears well. Looking like a rugged fella. Put my hand behind it. Carry it if I want to open it up and say a few words to some folks. I got it on my hand in the back. And that's exactly what I've been using this for. Is to protect this Midori Codex. Now, my notes are in this Midori because, like I said, I'm going to use this for everything. And just basically a big mind dump, as you will. But manuscripts, notes, and things like that I don't want to put in my anchor journal that I've talked about in a previous video that I will probably link in the description. But today, I'm talking about this Lochby Field Journal. Again, I've already talked about the clasp. A little bit aggravating to put on there, but it gets better with time. You get a little bit better as you go. You can pull it tight, bring it back right here. When you got this thing open, you can just put it right here and it'll hold it. And you're not going to have this thing all flopping around everywhere. Got one pen holder, and that's about the only pen holder it's got. You got this nice pocket, this nice yellow interior with pockets on either side. This one's a little bit deeper. Maybe you can put a cover in there. Got these 4 elastic bands. So you can put those smaller Lochby journals in there. And again, this was the A5 size. Those slimmer ones, you could probably put 4 on these straps here. And then maybe a back cover right here and have maybe 5. And you can have you a big, nice kind of journaling deal with how you use your different journals. I don't know. I'm only using about 2 right now. Plus this pocket notebook, which I'll talk to that in another video. Got my nice little clear ruler here. So this is kind of the things I carry in this Lochby journal. Is the codex, the pen, field or pocket notebook, ruler, and some post-it notes. This is a neat design on the inside. As I said, it's got this yellow look with this honeycomb texture here. It reminds me of something like a rugged camper would have out there in the wilderness, just taking his notes about, the trees he's found and all the different observations he's made as he's making his way through the tundra and the wilderness and the vastness of the, you know what I'm trying to say. Get away from all that. Let's just keep moving on here. It's got a little bit of a hard cover, if you will. Nice little backing. I can feel this backing trying to let loose a little bit. I don't know if you can quite hear it. I don't know if you hear that there. But it feels like it's trying to let go a little bit. Got this nice pocket in the back, pretty deep, goes all the way to the bottom there. Put you maybe another notebook if you want to reload it later. Yeah, like I said, it holds the A5, excuse me, Midori. That's what I've been putting in it. And I do enjoy it. These nice pouches. This one here is pretty deep. An entire pencil can go all the way down in there, and you can maybe, carry a few more pencils. If you have some erasers or different things you want to put in there. Again, like I said, I've been putting my post-it notes in there. This one here is not deep at all, this middle pocket. And of course, you got this pocket here. Now, those are all the great and cool things about it. I mean, it's just a cool look, right? It just looks rugged. It looks nice. It looks pretty professional. I mean, you're not coming in there with a leather journal, but I mean, if you got everything together, that's good. And this is going to take care of something like this Midori Codex that I have to keep it from just absolutely getting destroyed, especially in a backpack or something like that, right? So I like it for that. Now, there are a couple of cons that I got to say I'm not thrilled about. Number one being only having this one pin holder. I mean, I realize you probably couldn't put 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 on there. But if I wanted to carry more pins, it's either going to be here or in the back. And what that's going to do in the back is stretch this out a little bit. Not only that, but if I want to ride on it and put this right here, and then I'm kind of uneven, right? And you could have it kind of spaced out in the back where I guess it could lay like this here. It'd be pretty even. And like I said, there's like this little cardboard deal going on here. And plus your pages in your notebook might be enough to keep it pretty stable. But I mean, even right here, when I have my pocket journal or pocket notebook, ruler, and this guy right here, well, if I lay something right here and I try to write, well, you know, obviously it's raised up, so it's kind of difficult. So you kind of gotta, I feel like you kind of gotta take that stuff out unless you hold it at a strange angle and you write on it, which you can. I mean, this is, it's pretty hard, but it's not going to keep it from bending and twisting completely. Like if you throw this in the back of your truck or something and you throw something on top of it and it kind of gets in a weird angle, I mean, it's going to bend it. It's going to conform to whatever the pressure. So you kind of got to be cognizant of that, and it'll wear over time around the book, as you see. This one has done. It's used, and I like that about it. I think there used to be, well, in other that I've seen online, bookmarks, but we don't have those here. It doesn't appear that previous owner cut those out, but they're not in this notebook for whatever reason. Now, it has this limited space, limited room, limited pen storage, as I said, the uneven, you know, writing, and then I don't like what it did to the spine of the notebook that I have when I put it in there. Now, if you can look here, you can see clearly. I'm going to give you just a second to see if you can find where the damage is. That's right, it's right there. That's what these guys did to it. Not a huge deal. I knew this was going to kind of get beat up because I'm going to use it every day, right? I'm going to take it, put my thoughts, manuscripts, write out stuff in it. I know it's going to get beat up and banged up, but you know, that's what it looks like. And you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, you know, whatever. But that's kind of what it does. That's the nature of the beast. And I think those smaller notebooks that you have from Lochby, you probably don't have to worry too much about that kind of thing. But that's what I did to the Codex. And it just, you know, I guess it's just a preference that I have. I didn't particularly love that aspect of it, right? So I'm going to try to show you how it kind of goes in there. Found my last little page here. Just goes right over it. Boom. Just like that there. Lays flat enough. And then I can just write. Boom. Boom. Even with stuff, you know, in these pockets here. Let me show you kind of what it looks like. And it's not, I mean, it ain't terrible. It ain't terrible what it's going to do. But, I mean, that's what you're dealing with, right? I mean, you can write on it. You can make it work. But that's with half the book, you know. Same thing back here. If you were to have a couple pens, boom, you can still write on it, you know. And then, of course, you can have it, you put your hand through, open it up. You could speak from it, whatever. If you had your manuscript, you want to talk to it. If you didn't have a podium or something and you wanted to hold it in your hand, you could definitely teach from this. But yeah, you could still write on it. It's a pretty neat little deal. Anyway, so that's the clasp there. Put it there. Boom. Pen. And the pen holder. And just like that, we have discussed the Lochby Field Journal. So far, I really like it. I think I'm going to continue to use it. It looks good to me. I like the wear and tear on it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you have something similar to this? I've seen a lot of reviews and videos on these kind of things, but to finally get my hands on it is another thing. Now, I bought this used, so I got it kind of cheaper. I think they run about $50-$60 or something like that online. So, you know, got to consider that. But it should be something that should last for a good little while. I think my friend had this a good bit, and I don't even see any too bad of any wear and tear marks on here. I mean, some of the straps are kind of stretched and, you know, different things, scratches, and it doesn't bother me at all. It looks great. So if you like this video, please comment. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me how you use your Lochby Field Journal, if you have something else that you prefer. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel and for more of this information. And as always, I want you to remember, stay strong.